2016 is starting off with new abortion measures.
They hope to help women who may be in trouble, and KXAN's Phil Prazen explains.
A picture of what it looked like inside of me.
Tony McKinley paints now to deal with a painful past.
In all that trauma and pain, it's just a pile of knots in there.
She ran away from home at the age of 15 and fell in with a 30-year-old man. Drugs and alcohol followed, and then she got pregnant.
That was my source of hope, that maybe there's something good I can do in this world, and that is to raise a child. And that was taken away from me.
She says her boyfriend tricked her to go to a clinic where she says she was drugged and when she woke up, wasn't pregnant anymore.
I just started bawling, crying. I just turned 18.
She testified at the Capitol for one of the new laws meant to make it harder for someone to get forced or tricked into an abortion. She now has a family, 4 kids.
And they're angry that their brother or their sibling has been taken away from them. And it's hard. You know, I'm not 100% innocent. Was in a very severe abusive situation from my life, and if a warning and a sign and education could have helped, it may not have helped me save my child, but it could have helped save a lot of others a lot sooner.
These laws impact abortion providers and people getting abortions, causing some we talk to feel the state singles them out for political reasons. Executive Director of NARAL Pro-Choice Texas, Heather Busby, says the state didn't require more training for nurses, doctors, or EMS workers, only abortion providers. She says clinics are normally safe environments, and these restrictions lead people to unsafe actions.
They're always passed under a guise, a sham, such as for health and safety, when it actually does the opposite. It puts people's health at risk because they cannot access the health care that they need. They have to travel long distances. There are fewer providers. Costs are higher.
There are both pro-choice and pro-life rallies scheduled near the Capitol in late January for the anniversary of Roe v. Wade, the Supreme Court decision that started this whole thing. Phil Prazen, KXAN News.
Phil, thank you. And as for the laws, here are some of the specifics. A judge now has 5 days to rule on a case. And if there is no ruling, the request for an abortion is denied. That is different from the past law, which said if there is no ruling, the abortion would be approved. A second law requires training for workers at abortion clinics on how to spot a woman who might be there against her will. These new laws are separate from strict abortion restrictions passed in 2013, currently being reviewed by the U.S. Supreme Court. The restrictions would force most clinics to close, and they gained national attention when former State Senator Wendy Davis filibustered on the Senate floor, speaking for nearly 13 hours. But the bill ultimately passed. Governor Perry signed it into law days later. Since the law passed, the number of abortion clinics in Texas has dropped from 42 to 19. That number could fall to 10 if the Supreme Court upholds the law. Those arguments begin in March, and their decision is expected by the end of June.